the phrase that comes to mind when I think of 1 Corinthians 12, or also Romans 12 talks about the same thing, is do you, boo? Do you. Don't try to do anybody else. Do you. Because
before we get any further, I just want to say hello and to thank you as usual for clicking on this video. If you have already subscribed to my channel, big up yourself. That simply means you are the MVP. And if you have not yet, it's easy to join the MVP club. Hit that red button.
Let us talk about what to do if you find yourself in a place where you are being jealous, feeling jealous, acting jealous, where you are the jealous friend. What do you do about that?
Based on my Christian perspective, because I'm a Christian, I will pray first. And during prayer, because it's prayer communication to God, I think that it is important for me to admit that I'm jealous of this friend. A lot of times when certain things rub us wrong, or when we are in the wrong, sometimes we feel timid to confess everything and admit everything. So what I'm learning now is to admit my wrongs, and if it is jealousy, as much as how things like those, because I love people, and if I do get jealous over something or over someone, I would feel very guilty and ashamed of it if I come to God. But I think it is important that even though I'm ashamed and guilty of it, that I admit that I'm jealous and see how best God can help me to work through it.
One thing I think, just as with the Christian side of acknowledging how you feel and confessing that to God, I think it's important for a non-Christian to acknowledge how they're feeling, because if you don't name or acknowledge how you're feeling, how can you ever fix the situation? So that's the first thing.
After admitting, as I said, I would just have to ask God to just help me to deal with this, because certain things like that, it's not something that you can do on your own. But if you realize that you are actually called to be responsible to work on these things, and you know, even though you may feel as though you really need God, you have to make the conscious decision to stop being jealous. It's as simple as that. You can grow, you can improve yourself. So as you continue to work towards improving yourself, I know that you can get rid of your jealousy. And I know that success is always for people. So you have to work towards being successful.
As Marcely said, acknowledging that, well, she didn't quite say this, we said it last time, acknowledging that you're not perfect and your friend is not perfect. So you shouldn't have your friend on some pedestal where like everything is great about her or about him, and I'm terrible and I don't have the this or the that. But instead recognizing that both of you have your issues, both of you have your gifts, both of you have the opportunity to grow, and all of that. Another thing is this, and this kind of ties in with the success piece that we were talking about, is recognizing that God's timing is perfect. And so God is working on your behalf. So you might feel like, you know, your friend, y'all were on the same path and she got the promotion and you did not, or she got the husband and the kids, and the car and the keys and the this and the that, and you're still here. Honey, your time is coming. God is faithful to bring all things to completion that
Yeah.
He has started, and He has a unique plan for your life that is full of good things. So wait on His timing. And, sometimes we fall into this trap of feeling as though God is not having our back. God doesn't love us as much, or God has his special person that he gives the special blessings. And that's a lie. That's a whole lie. Whole lie. And I have thought that about a couple aspects of my life where I'm like, yeah, maybe God just don't have that in store for me. Or, he's just, he'll do it for you. But that's not true. He loves us enough. He loves us with this perfect love, where he says, you know what? I'm not even just your God. I'm not just your Lord. I am your Father, and I am a good Father. And so anything you need, I will supply. And matter of fact, I know what you need better than you do, and I'm going to give it to you. So that's something to remember, that God is a good and kind Father, and he said he won't withhold any good things from us. So if you don't have it, seek him, and seek his heart, seek his face, not just his gifts, and watch him work on your heart to remove the jealousy and the anger and the whatever, and watch him work on your life to, carry you where you need to go. One of the things that people often get jealous about or forget is that they have unique gifts. Every person has a unique gift, according to the Bible, or unique gifts. And so there's no reason to be jealous of someone else's gifts, or someone else's use of their gifts. Did you want to share about gifts, my darling?
Well, based on 1 Corinthians 12, it speaks about giftings, and it's a long scripture. It's a long scripture, everybody. So what I will advise you to do, you can go ahead and read.
Yeah.
But just to summarize it, it's basically speaking about persons having different gifts, right? Persons being a part of the body of Christ having different gifts. And it's us lending each other's gifts and working towards the greater good, I would say. The greater good. It creates a sort of unity and allow us to fulfill the mandate, a mandate in building the kingdom.
The phrase that comes to mind when I think of 1 Corinthians 12, or also Romans 12 talks about the same thing, is do you, boo? Do you. Don't try to do anybody else. Do you. Because you have a gift, you have a purpose, you have a role, and it's important that you exercise that gift, walk in that purpose, carry out that role, because in order for everything to go as it should, you're needed to do that. You can't spend your time wanting somebody else's gift or wanting somebody else's role or being mad that you don't have that. No, honey, you need to do you, because that's important.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't matter how small in your eyes you may think the gifts are.
Yeah, and I really love the analogy that the Bible uses of the body, like the human body, where it says, You know, we have eyes, we have ears, we have hands, and they have unique purposes. And, you know, maybe you might say, let's not have eyes because the ears is way cooler and I want to be able to hear. That don't make no sense. I would prefer all my body parts. Thank you very much. It's the same way if we think of ourselves as a body part. Then we have to, you know, carry out our specific purpose, use our specific gift, move towards our specific success to make everything work as it should. And we can think of it as working for the body of Christ, for church. We can think of it as, you know, to make society a better place. We need both the teachers and the doctors. We need both the lawyers and the janitors. So it's not just limited to the church body, but rather to, if you think about any system, the system has different parts, and that's an important thing. All right, so you talked about what to do if you're the jealous friend. Let's quickly talk about what to do if you recognize that your friend is jealous about you.